been a while since I've been excited to open up a box. And for the first time, I went ahead and jumped into Team Corrali. There's always been something about the Team Corrali brand that kind of seemed to always miss the mark when it came to me viewing or looking at the vehicles. I can't tell you what it was. There was talk out there that it's basically just an Arrma rebrand or whatever. And for my personal opinion, I don't think so. I think that they were following kind of a design base, but as far as Team Corrali goes, my personal opinion has always been Team Corrali is literally just themselves. I'm sure there's parts like sourced everywhere, just like every other manufacturer does. Somehow you're getting similar parts or whatever. But for me, Team Corrali, just like I said, always just seemed to miss that mark, which was why I had no interest in owning a Team Corrali until this one right here. So anyways, today on RC Guy Garage, it has been quite a while since I've done a What's in the Box. And we're going to see what you get inside that box if you go ahead and decide to buy the KRONOS XTR roller from Team Corrali. So let's just get into it. Wait till you see the contraption that I've got like going on here, because you can't see like what I'm seeing, okay? So we've got this GoPro going, we got this GoPro going, and I'm literally going to take this and I'm going to show you like what's going on, just so that you get like an idea of like what's going on here. We've got some craziness, so just bear with me. I'm gonna literally hit record right now. All right. So this is basically the contraption that we've got here. So we got this GoPro going. We got one of those like mini ring lights facing my face. We've got this mini ring light facing like the product. And then we've got this GoPro right here, hopefully facing the actual product. So anyways, so today in RC Guy Garage, like I said, Team Corrali KRONOS XTR. This is supposedly like a full option roller. Now, why did I choose this? Well, because Team Corrali, for me, for some reason, and this is again, I'm only bringing this out. This is just a personal opinion. Team Corrali, for me, is kind of just like, for some reason, just always kind of like hit or missed the mark. Just a touch, enough for me not really to be interested. The other thing was availability with parts, availability with actually, being able to, if something broke and it wasn't like a normal piece that I could just source from something else, let's say like an Arrma or a Traxxas or a Losi or whatever, that you kind of want to keep things like, if you buy Team Corrali, you might want to put a Team Corrali kind of like thing on it. So, yeah. So I went through OMGRC, and he's out of Florida. So the great part about that, granted, it was like one of those drop ship type things, or however he does. It's not like he had it in stock. It was just one of his suppliers. And to be quite honest with you, I believe I was his first order for this KRONOS XTR. The only reason why I say that is because he did a live, and he had mentioned something, and I believe he had mentioned that he didn't realize that it even came out, and I believe I was, like I said, I believe I was his first order. Now, none of that really matters. What really matters is breaking into this KRONOS, seeing what you get for your buck. It is the Team Corrali KRONOS XTR full option roller. Now let's just break into this thing and see what you get inside the box. So, yeah, let's break into it. So this box, we're not gonna break into this box just yet. That's coming up. I've got a couple of things that I need to square away before I can go ahead and break into this box right here that glows in the dark, straight from Russia. All right. So Team Corrali, it's gonna take me a little bit to figure this out. I don't remember what happened to my favorite knife. So I've organized things. Not that you could tell, but I've organized things. So I'm going to go ahead and use this knife. fresh opening. Pan this down so you can see what's going on here. So this is what you get inside the box. It's in a box. Team KRONOS XTR, which is Extreme Pro chassis, no electronics included, obviously because it is a roller. 1/8 scale Extreme Pro chassis, monster truck, Pro tuning chassis, 4-wheel drive, 3-diff, power, speed, extreme. So yeah, teamcorrali.com. All right, do this in a way that makes sense here. Cause like, you know, you wanna see me, right? No, you don't. All right, so on the side of the box right here, you can see radio control system. Required for operation, not included. Obviously, you know, you're going to need your radio, you're going to need your steering servo, brushless motor, brushless ESC, and then obviously Lipo packs. So they're expecting you to either run this on 4 or 6S. Tech specs right there. We got a length of 577 millimeters. We got a width of 465 millimeters. We have a height of 209 millimeters. And we have a wheelbase of 388 millimeters. Weight with no battery is 4650 grams. I don't know how well this is going to work here, man. So we've got 16 millimeter big bore aluminum shock absorbers, heavy duty center differential with steel aluminum case. Must be a combination of steel and aluminum. SP2 Extreme, SP2 EXT, steel strong and durable drivetrain components, oversized HICC8 composite suspension parts. Just basically just talks about, looks like the arms, the rear lower arm and the front upper and lower arms. Adjustable turnbuckles. It's made out of a spring steel. Differentials with CNC cut spiral beveled gears and HD planetary gears. Extra large rubber sealed ball bearings. That's a positive. Front and rear bumpers with integrated skid plates. And this side of the box, you see right there, basically just, you know, same stuff that said like literally on the front. On this side of the box, looks like we get a little bit more. Looks like we get a little bit more meat here. We've got we got a 7075 aluminum chassis, hard anodized with some Team KRONOS, cool looking kind of, I guess, laser etched graphics, I think. It does say that it's 3 millimeters though. CNC 7075 aluminum shock towers. Those are 5 millimeters and again, hard anodized in black. CNC machine 7075 aluminum arm mounts, 3 millimeter, hard anodized again. And then aluminum and carbon fiber, looks like chassis brace. So it's got aluminum and carbon fiber chassis brace. That's kind of, it's different. It's different. So 3K carbon, I don't know what the heck that means. 3K carbon, 3 millimeter center diff reinforcement, CNC machined aluminum chassis braces in the front. And then carbon fiber 3 millimeter chassis reinforcement in the rear. So, yeah. CNC aluminum servo saver plate and arm holder. Then, on that side, like literally just like the same stuff. On the bottom of the box is the same exact as the top. So now let's break open into this box. So there is an opening point right here. A little bit of tape. Looks like more tape on that side. Ah, look at that. It's coming out. It's coming out the rear. All right, so here we go. Let's slide this bad boy out. Oh, I got stickers. All right, so in the box did come with some stickers. Comes with a radio thing too. Why does it come with a radio thing? That's kind of weird. Vario prop uno. I hope this English. All right, so what do we got here? What's going on? Huh? Funky looking. Oh, it's got foam. So they put foam inside to keep. Look at that. It's like air cleaner foam. Like for nitro. So they got like these foam blocks in here to stop the thing from moving inside the box. That's how. Attention to detail. That's why I wouldn't move out. Yeah, attention to detail, man. Alright. That one off. This one off. And wait a minute. It's got a clear shell. Okay. So it's got a clear shell. That's kind of cool. I wish other manufacturers did that. They literally give you a spare shell. Is it the same exact thing? I wonder if it's the same exact thing. Yeah. It's literally the same exact thing. That is pretty slick, man. So that's why it's got so many stickers in it. That body shell's kind of mint, man. So, let's see. Use the knife. So in this bag, it does give you an instruction manual, advanced HFS radio system. It's funny. Why does it give you like, why do they give you like a radio thing? Why do they give you a radio thing in the roller? It must be like, you know, part of the whole bag situation. It does come with tethers. Oh, there are holes. Check it out. So there are holes inside the body for obviously the tethers. So that's pretty sweet. I am definitely now a fan of the whole tether thing. Give you a radio antenna. They give you the clips. They give you a pinion. Not sure what size pinion that is. Kind of looks like it's maybe like a 14 tooth or something like that. Looks pretty small. And it's not saying anywhere. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 tooth pinion. I think it's a 14. I could be off. I don't know. 14 tooth pinion gears. I think what it comes with. Comes with nice those 30-degree angled clips. That's pretty cool. Oh, they give you two. They give you 2 sets of clips. Check that out. There's like little screws, 2 sets of clips. That's pretty mint. Give you an instruction manual. So it's a quick start guide. They give you an ESC thing too. Well, I mean, and it's the Torox 185, I guess, which I guess that's what would have come with this thing. So, yeah, all right. Well, that doesn't matter. Might be tuning things in here, but you know, we don't look at no instruction manuals. So, it comes with window mask. So it comes with the window mask for the spare body. Comes with 2 different colors of stickers. All right, so the original body, the new body, the painted body comes with no stickers on it. How come I didn't even notice that? So no stickers on that body, but we can go ahead and stick that up if we feel like it. Kind of wish the windows were clear though. I guess that's why they provide these window masks, because that way you can go ahead and if you want clear windows, you can have clear windows. So now let's just jump into the most important part, realistically, which is the car. That's really what I want to see. I'm gonna keep the clear body in its bag here. All right, so now let's just dive into this truck. I want to make sure cameras are all where I want them to be. Again, like I said, this is a new format for me here, so go easy. Don't crucify me that too much. All right, I think we're there. Am I framed? I'm not even framed. There we go. I think that'll work. All right. That wing actually looks pretty sweet. It still looks like a rather small wing, though. So, it's got an offset or angled steering servo pocket area, which obviously, like I said, like you saw it, you do need to provide your own servo. This doesn't look like no stinking Arrma to me, man. This does not look like no Arrma to me. Looks like it does have an adjustable battery tray. It's got a platform up top, which almost looks like... It's weird. It's got like this weird like overhang right here. Not sure what that's all about. Fully aluminized shocks, front and rear. Fluid seems a little thin. It's definitely got some height, man. This thing has got some height. Tires. Super soft sidewall on these tires. You know what I'm going to do? I know this is kind of like an unfair comparison, but I've obviously got the Arrma EXB, which is why I got this. I wanted to see if this Team Corelli KRONOS XTR could make it more than one pack without self-destructing. We're going to see. This is the current configuration, or should I say current condition of my EXB. Get a good idea of, let's just say, get a good idea of maybe like wheelbase. So I'm going to flip the KRONOS upside down. Flip the EXB upside down. And you get a good look at this here. So why are people calling this literally like an Arrma? It's not. It's clearly not. Similarities, but similarities only go as far as... I don't know, man. This is I'm pretty psyched. What I'm looking at is I'm looking at identical wheelbase. Let's see. Width-wise, I'm guessing width-wise it's probably the same too. It looks like the Kraton could potentially be a wider footprint. So from what I believe I'm seeing, I do believe that I'm seeing that the KRONOS EXB does have a wider footprint. So, but without wheels on mine, it's kind of unfair to know. Oh, I'm liking this. Look at the attention to detail on this thing right here. So even the screws that are attaching these skid plates, which the skid plates are massive, like very beefy skid plates, where the KRONOS EXB doesn't even have a rear skid plate, but they also don't have a bumper on the Corrali too, so, Oh man, I'm gonna need to electrify this thing. Even the, I'm gonna take this camera off here. So even looking at the carbon fiber, look at the carbon fiber in there, man. That is pretty sick looking. So apparently the carbon fiber has something to do with, I think it has something to do with what they call flex frame or flex chassis technology or something. It does have a sway bar in the back. It does have a sway bar in the front as well. Boy, those axles are pretty long. I'm liking what I'm seeing, man. EXB. Trying to tell if it's set up a little bit higher. It's like the shocks just need to be tuned up a little bit. Spring rate out of the box between left and right's a little different. EXB battery tray, receiver, all on that one side. They did battery tray ESC all on one side. And then obviously room for a pretty good sized motor. I kind of wanted to see what I'm trying to get at is I'm looking at the motor mount. One big concern for people is what kind of motor mount is in it. So, at least with the Arrmas, you've got the availability or the ability to put in two different size motors, meaning you can go with a big block or you can go with a regular motor. So, yeah. So I'm not sure about that motor mount, how that's going to work. So let's take that motor mount. I'm going to take a look at this motor mount here. I'm going to pop that out. I've got a couple of motors on the other table, I think. Right here. So what I want to get a look at is I kind of want to get a look at, like, so here's a regular BLX motor, which I could almost put the BLX motor in there, man. And then here's a Hobao 2200 kV, I believe, motor. You know what I think I'm going to go with as far as a power system is concerned? I really think that I'm going to take out the power system that is in my Monster Mojave. And that is a Max 6. So I'm going to put a Max 6 in here, provided it fits. If it doesn't fit, I do have a Max 8 that I can throw in. Yeah, look at the, check out the suspension. Check out this front suspension, man. This front suspension on this thing is pretty slick looking. Get those aluminum parts in there. Aluminum with carbon fiber, man. Check that out. See that carbon fiber side brace right there? The carbon fiber side brace is pretty slick. I don't know, man. I see literally nothing that's Arrma like anything on this truck. Do you? Wings different? Even like the attention to detail with how this little wing piece has like that, like little like bushings or like whatever they are, little capture devices for the screws. Yeah, this thing's pretty mint, man. I'm psyched, man. Look at the beef and spice up front here. See that aluminum steering block up there? Jeez. Everything seems to be like integrated. Even on the back. The back looks like it's composite, but that is definitely aluminum. So that is definitely a composite piece right there. That is aluminum right there. That is looking pretty beefy. Look at that. Even the chassis. Look at, check it out too. The rear has a double chassis brace, which I like the idea of having that double like tower chassis brace kind of deal. Like it looks like it's got some strength to it. I think somebody was complaining, why is there no tower to tower brace? And I think that's because what Team Corrali is doing is obviously they're showing you that they're not just like another Arrma, like what would they call it? An Arrma something? What was it? What's the word? An Arrma ripoff. I think people are saying it's an Arrma ripoff. So it's definitely not an Arrma ripoff, man. So anyways, I think that's it. So that is the first look at the Team Corrali KRONOS XTR from RC Guy Garage. It's a very basic, just a what's in the box. I think I want to do a breakdown or a teardown of this thing, man. I want to get a good look at this thing. So let's get off the face cam. And we're going to take a wheel off, and we're going to see, like, what's behind the wheels. We're going to take one whole side off. So. All right. Dude, this is pretty crazy, man. This setup is nuts. Okay. All right. Where am I? So, inside the... what's the instructions? What did I do with the instructions? It come with tools, right? I didn't even notice. Did it come with tools? What a horrible unboxer I am. I don't even know if the thing came with tools. I don't think it did. It didn't, did it? Did it come with tools? No, it didn't. It didn't come with any tools. I don't think. Yeah, there was no tools. Because it would still be on here. Alright. Never mind. There's no tools. Alright, so we're going to pop off these wheel nuts. Now, see, I use the, basically it's like having the old style ATV spark plug wrench. This is actually a Hobao tool. And I like this because it allows you to be able to take off the handle itself. If you just take off, leave one of the O-rings off. So that's just the way I prefer to do it. So we're going to pop off this wheel right here. So these are fairly loose. So the wheel nuts themselves are not a serrated nut. So that could be a negative. So there's not a serrated nut on here. So we'll see. So we got this wheel off. Very, very flexible sidewall. Hugely flexible. Tire seems to be glued okay. Almost gives the illusion like... Doesn't it give the illusion like that there's an actual piece stuck in there? So, must be some kind of quality control right there. So this is quality control 3138, so... Looks like it passed. Quality control. So the rear has a very similar style like the, I think, front. I forget who has this. There is a manufacturer that has this style, and I think it's the EXB. Has a very similar style. These pieces right here, whatever these holes were designed for, I'm not exactly sure. droop screws. It does have droop screws. That was something I was curious about. So obviously you can set your ride height. Yeah. Let's take off the front. Check out the front. So I wonder why there's no, I wonder why these aren't serrated. Look like they're glued on pretty good. Front steering does have an aluminum plate attached to that piece right there. It's got a funky kind of angled steering rod. Steering rod looks fairly thin. The EXB from Arrma. Although, you know what? It looks very similar, though. So I'm going to get my calipers out and measure this up. Obviously, the reason why I got this was because the EXB was such a fail. So it got zeroed out. I'm going to measure the thickness. So the thickness is coming in at, guess you could call that 4 millimeters. The Arrma EXB, same thing, 4 millimeters. Check out the rear. Rear is coming in exactly 5. Rear of the EXB Creighton coming in at less than 5. Yeah, funny. Let's try that again. Exactly 5. Arrma EXB. Less than 5. I know that's like very, you know, doesn't really matter. I can't measure axles because my axles are out. I'm sure the axles are probably about the same. All right, so I just went through the whole like attention to detail thing. Now, it's when you start like fitting things and taking things apart to figure out, you know, what can you do? What size power system can you put in it? What size motor can you put in it? A lot of things start to come into play. So I'm looking at it and I'm realizing that, okay, it will take a larger 4985 can motor, which is the easy run out of the Hobby Wing here, which is what? A 1650 kV. So while it will physically fit the motor, here's where a little bit of a problem comes into play. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So what I realized, in order to fit this motor on, I had to take off the side plate. Unfortunately, putting this side plate back on, while it's got these nice little nub things on here, right? This one right here, that one gets in the way. So when I tried to fit this side plate back on, all the pieces will basically slide into place except for right there. So if I wanted to go ahead and put in this monster motor, which probably won't make it in there, I mean, I don't know, man. Even looking at a little bit of that side back section, but you can see that it literally pivots. See what I'm saying? It literally pivots on that one little piece right there. So this piece right here would have to come out, and I'd have to shave down the height. See how it's got like a lip? So I'd actually have to shave down the height on that thing. So yeah, it's funny with the GoPros. They don't focus, do they? So there's kind of my first negative with the Corrali. Like I said, I wasn't positive if such a big motor was going to fit in there. It definitely does. Motor mount definitely allows it. It does come with the motor screws. So it comes with the larger motor screws, and it comes with, yeah, the larger motor screws. That's it. So it comes with the larger motor screws. The smaller screws for, say, like a motor like this or like the BLX thing right there. Maybe just because it's just a smaller style screw. And then obviously the intent or the thought was to be able to throw in a bigger block motor. Now, we're not talking about, I wasn't thinking about putting something like that in there. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a no. But putting in this big block motor right here, you can see we've got kind of, in a sense, 3 different size motors right here. This one will definitely fit, losing screws, which means this one will obviously fit 2200 kV versus, what is this one? I forget. 2050 kV, so a little bit slower, but a little bit cooler, a little bit faster, runs a little bit hotter, need a fan. This one most likely wouldn't need a fan, is my guess, depending upon how you run it. So, yeah, see, he's looking at my wife. Huh? You talking to my wife? Anyways, so I just wanted to throw that in there because I guess I left it out in the footage, which I'm not even done, like, editing. Yeah, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I'm not even literally done editing. And this is where I realized that I should probably show at least the fitment, or potentially what you would have to do to go ahead and fit that motor in there. It can be done. It can be done. So, yeah. Well, it fits, but you need mods. And that kind of... That's that... Okay. So that's where I'm talking about Team Corelli, right? They had to have known that people were going to go ahead and put a motor of that size in there because it makes sense. The room is pretty much there, except for that one little miss in attention to detail. Now, what I'm hoping this truck is going to show me, hopefully, how good Team Corelli is. We'll see. We'll see. So, back to the program here. Yeah. Chassis thickness of the EXB, I think that was what? Was that a 3mm chassis? So chassis thickness of the EXB coming in at a little over 3, I believe. Or right at 3. Right there. And then we'll measure same place. And the KRONOS is coming in at just a touch over 3. So rear shock brace or shock tower coming in at just over 5. Measure it again. 5. Rear shock tower brace of the EXB. Coming in at just over 5. So just about the same, coming in at just over 5. Let's see, front. Coming in at the front. Just over 5. EXB. Basically the same thing. So something I'm noticing right off, okay? And I believe this is going to be a positive for this particular truck, but we'll see. The distance between the way the shocks are set up, on the KRONOS versus the EXB, let's give this thing a tire. I have a feeling the KRONOS is going to blow away. Even with the way the shock towers are set up, I can give you just a quick number. So the distance between right now, where the shocks are set up, center to center, it's giving it a more of a less of an angle. So 123.5 millimeters versus the EXB, which is coming in at 93. So that's obviously a massive change in geometry. The shocks themselves, spaced out on the arms. Looks like I can't get that number, but let me get a tape measure. So spin this around, get a look at the back here. Now obviously this is Team Corrali's version, or Team Corrali's way of saying this is what we're offering. So we're looking at like, got like 5 5/8 of an inch pin to pin, and then on the EXB 5 3/4. So like I was saying, it looks like this may have a wider footprint than this KRONOS. Doesn't necessarily mean that that's a good thing or a bad thing. Differential is obviously different. We do at least have some type of protection in the back here. It looks like there's some type of a provision at some point to put something in here. So you got a couple of screw holes on the sides, almost like maybe you could put like a wheelie bar on there or something. So where the EXB from Arrma doesn't have a provision really for anything. What I was measuring though was I was trying to measure the where the shocks attach, center to center. We're looking at center to center. We're looking at just shy of 9 3/4, and on this one we're looking at literally 9 inches. So the angle actually is steeper. We got a steeper angle, it looks like, on the KRONOS. So and all these things do change how a vehicle acts and reacts. So let's see what we got. Shock length out of the box, got 5 1/8. Shock length out of the box, we've got 4 3/4 of an inch. So we got 4 3/4 of an inch versus what'd I say, 5 1/8. Yeah, 5 1/4, 5 1/8. Yeah, 5 1/8, and then 4 and center to center, 4 3/4. So a little bit different on shock length, or compression length. But again, it's all geometry and all that junk. So let's check out the front. Might have to get my EXB running again just to get a good comparison. Shock length in the front, we've got pin to pin 4 1/4. Shock length on the front of the EXB 4 1/2. So it looks like we have a little bit longer shock travel on the front and rear of the EXB than we do of the XTR here. Pin to pin difference on the shocks, literally 3 1/16. And basically it's the same exact thing on the front. So 3 1/16, 3 1/16 on the EXB. Pin to pin on the bottom here, we're looking at 7 3/8 7 3/8 pin to pin on the bottom, pin to pin on the Kraton 7 3/8. So the front is set up the exact same way, or at least very similar. So it looks like the angles of both the front and both the angles of the front shocks on both vehicles are set up the same. It's the rear that's slightly different. So I don't know what that all means. It just means that, literally, it just means that, like what some people were saying, is they're trying to say that the this was just a knockoff. Now, I saw enough of a difference, at least I saw visually just enough of a difference for me to go ahead and invest in getting one of these Team Corelli XTRs. And then realizing that I should be able to get my parts through Tiny something tiny. I think they're in PA or Virginia or somewhere near me. Like I said, that was the biggest thing for me, was obviously parts. How much of a comparison are we going to do? Man, you know what? This stuff that I'm seeing that I really like about this KRONOS versus the EXB from Arrma. They are not the same vehicle. Definitely not. There's so many different changes that I'm seeing in this. We're talking geometry. We're talking, you know, the way they've got their chassis brace set up. It's called like a flex brace or something like that, or a flex something chassis. I'm liking the integration of, like, literally, I'm liking what I'm seeing. I only saw pictures when Team Corelli did their release, and it was enough for me. It was enough for me to say, you know what, this is going to be my first Team Corelli. So we are going to throw in a Max 6 unless it doesn't fit. If it doesn't fit, we'll go ahead and throw in a Max 8. All right, so this is also another cut-in. This is obviously, this is just the way this is going to work. So this is another cut-in. I did find the axle that goes to my EXB. The EXB has 5mm axles. Okay, 5.01, close enough, 5.0. What I did notice was that visually looking at them, I could see the Corellis were a little smaller, and the Corellis are coming in at 4.5. So there is a difference, at least when it comes to the front and rear axles, right? Just gotta check the front real quick. Front should be the same exact. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. That would be weird. Why would the fronts be 5 and the rears be 4.5? That doesn't make any sense. That can't be right. That better be 4.5. What? Wait a minute. So the fronts are 5. All right, so the front CVD axles are 5. Arrma is 5 in the rear. Corelli is 4.5 dog bones in the rear. 4.5 dog bones in the rear. You would almost think that the rear should be 5 as well. At least that's what I would think in my mind. How can I get in there? I gotta get in there. How can I get in there? Come on, guy, get in there. Yeah. Dog bones in the rear of the Corelli are 4.5. The front CVDs are 5. But the Arrma Kraton EXB has 5 all around? I gotta check another axle. I'll be right back. I literally have somehow lost parts. My EXB stuff. I think I have. Oh, there we go. Here's one. Pretty sure this is one. So this is out of the EXB. So should be 5. Yeah. That's funny, huh? At least I think that's EXB. I don't even know. Something seems messed up. I could be wrong. Oh no. No, you know what? That's Redcat Kaiju. Yeah, you just don't understand what I went through to do my conversion. That's what you don't get, man. Yeah, somehow I've lost my, crap. Oh, no! Alright. So that's what happens sometimes. I think I literally lost my EXB stuff. I'm just going to assume that the EXB has 5mm front CVDs and not like 5.5, but yeah, I don't know. You're going to have to find out for yourself. But isn't that kind of funny, though, huh? You think of more power to the rear. 4.5 versus 5. Attention to detail. It's still going to be cool, though. Come on! All right. So, come on, Corrali. There's got to be a reason why you guys did that, right? I hope. Like, I'm literally still, like, editing and doing all that stuff. So, anyways. Yeah. So, another little cut-in. Yeah. So, anyways, if you like episodes like this from RC Guy Garage, might not have been as informative, but I got to tell you, man, there seems to be a lot going into this particular vehicle right here, which is why I chose it. So, I am going to be out today. I got more backtrack stuff to do. I might take out the Big Rock and give it a couple of blasts. Somebody had said they wanted to know what the Big Rock does on speed runs for 2S. I actually don't remember. Did I get a speed run on... Did I get a... Not 2S? Get a speed run on 3S four-wheel drive versus a speed run on 3S two-wheel drive. Yeah. And there's no drag on my two-wheel drive. Keep that in mind. If you know the channel, you know that there's something coming up. So anyways, I am out. I'm out ripping something, just like you should. Like I always say, point blank, just get out there and rip it. And nowadays, it's more like, just get out there and rip something. Oh yeah, and just because somebody said that, hey guy, the KRONOS XTR comes with a clear body, doesn't necessarily mean that mine was going to come with one. Why am I using a heat gun on my truck?